Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I figure why not do this one. Now I remember watching Now Too Far 2 and I'd given it a chance. Just to show people that they also shit make, I'd given it a chance. Because I know a lot of people booed it, some people love it. I knew it's, no matter what I think of it, it's winning 5 Emmy Awards. It's the best story of the year. Is it original? Not really, and so on. So no matter what I think of it, and there are some bits, so I don't altogether hate the film and Now Too Far 2. There are some bits I like. I like the bit where the shadow is going up to the building of London. I like the bits with the rats. I like the bits where you do see Now Too Far 2. I like some of the other bits. I like the jump scare scene which drags her by the neck. I like that. So there are some bits I do like about the film. It does have that Hammer House feel. It has that typical Universal monster feel. It has its own horror feel to it. And so on. So there are bits I do like. But, one, I think I said this, you don't see a lot of the vampire, so I'll just spoil it. 2, use the fucking moustache. It looks fucking stupid. It's like, is it Magnum PI or is it a fucking vampire? Is it down to be a fucking 70s porn star? No, it kind of reminds me of, remember the Finnish people? And you had one who had a big duck off moustache and a leather jacket. It reminds me of that. And the second of all, it has a downbeat ending. So I just spoiled for anyone who's not seen Now Too Far 2. But one good thing come out of it. One thing come out of it. It inspired me to talk about my favourite vampire films. It inspired me to talk about what got me into vampire films in the past. And so on. So fuck it, without ado, I'm going to talk about my favourite vampire films. Why not? Why not? So why not, without a doubt, Dracula, even though it's not Dracula, the original, Now Too Far 2. The original one, the one from 1922. Now, yes, it's a silent movie, but I love it. I've got the black and white one, but the one I want to get, the one I really want to get, is the one where it's in blue and black, red and black, pink or whatever. Because I like that. I felt it was kind of went with the film. It was more stylish rather than just being black and white. But I still like the film. And I was about to say, and I was about to say, you do see a lot more of the vampire. You do get to see more of Now Too Far 2, the original actor, Mae West, because I know he died in 1930 something. But you do see more of the vampire. He's cheaper, the makeup for that era, he just did makeup, he had a big dummy fangs, had some really good cheapy moments. Yeah, I know they used some of it in the one they've made now, but I felt it looked more cheapy. Like the bit where the vampire's going up the stairs dead slowly, he's going up to the die, dead slow, and the guy's looking and he covers himself up with the blankets, and you just see him going closer and closer and closer. I like that touch. I like the bit where it's in London. It's very interesting to see what London looked like in 1922. And it's in this old abandoned building. It looks like it's about to fall down, and you just see him far away in the distance. It just gets close up and he's staring at the audience. I like the bit where he's holding his own coffin and he's walking about with it. I do actually like the bit where he's sneaking up to the woman. I get it. They're not going to show him grabbing her boobs. They're not going to see him on top, melting her, sucking the blood off her boobs like in the new one. Because, you know, it's 1972. They're not going to show anything like that. So, you know, the effects for that time looked a bit naff. But again, 1972, and I keep saying that word, I can go easy on that. You know, he realises the sun goes out. But I love the style of it. You've got a chicken and the sun comes up. And he looks, he realises he's out of time, and the sun just makes him go poof, up in a puff of smoke. And one thing I do like about the 1972 Now Too Far 2 is it doesn't have a downbeat ending. I won't spoil it for the new one, but it does not have a downbeat ending. And I know why they called it Now Too Far 2, didn't have the rights of Dracula. But it was only into 1931 Ben Bedolsky got the role, and we managed to get the rights of Dracula, which basically is just Now Too Far 2 remake, only with sound. That's how I see it. Because it's roughly the same story. little bits here and there, what are different, both do the same story. I've got to admit, I love the opening in Dracula the 1931 version with Ben Bedosa. I love the bit where you got these San Medinos walking about, you got bugs, you got Cheapy Charlies, you've got spiders, and then you just got Ben Bedosa, he just lines up, close up to him, and he's staring at us, the audience. Now, that's one thing I will say about the tassel and all. Unlike the one that Christopher Lee was in when he played Dracula, I've got to admit the Ben Bedosi's Castlevania looked better. Bite me on the neck, it looked better. Because for one, you had bugs, you had webs, it was dirty looking, it was filthy looking, it was cheaper looking. And I like that. That's how I expected this cheapy sort of character, the guy that lives in the dark, gets killed by a wooden stake through the eye and the sunlight and all this shit. I just expect that. More than it being this beautiful looks tassel. The trouble with the Hammer House one was the tassel looked beautiful. Lots of looks. Makes me want to go and fucking live in it. Compared to the tassel in the 1931 version. I do like the bit with the women and the way they come out of the coffin and they walk up slowly to him and the hands open up. I love that fulfillment. I love the bit where Van Helsing is looking for the mirror and you notice he has no affection, which I suppose inspired a lot of other vampire films after that. Yeah, I got to admit the ending was a bit naff. They got a wooden stake for the art. I understand back then censorship was a lot different, so you couldn't see a stake going through the art. So you just get some shitty sound effect that Ben Bedosi does, where he goes, oh, and that's it. But the rest of the film, I didn't mind it. The fact it had no music in it didn't bother me. It was different. No, some of the effects, like the floating bat, was laughable. But again, different era, different time. I can go see things like that. I can go easy on, like today's era, where it's all computer effects. For that era, I can go easy on that. I can go easy. I like the fact it's in black and white. Please don't colorise it. I seen the one where they put music in it. It was overbearing. I'll stick to the Dracula from 1931, how it is. Now, I'm not going to talk about The Son of Dracula or any of the other films that Ben Bedosi did. I'm not going to talk about his history. We all know that when he passed away, that they buried him as Dracula, and he had a very sad start with the Universal Monster films. You can always look at the history of Ben Bedosi. I'm also talking about the films and what I like about them. But I remember when I was a kid, we had this wooden box, and he used to lie in it, and he used to pretend to be Dracula. So yeah, I kind of like that. I like the tuts of it. I like the fact it was gothic. I'm not going to talk about Dracula versus Frankenstein or The Son of Dracula or Dracula versus the Wolfman. They are fun films, but that's what they are. They're just fun. I'm mostly talking about the ones what I know, what I love, like what I've just said. And then we get into what? The late 50s? 1958, fuck it, without ado. I actually love Horrors of Dracula. This is where Christopher Lee makes his first appearance as Dracula. Now, it's not his first film. His first film would have been The Tales of Frankenstein, where he played Frankenstein's monster in 1957. But because of that role, it made Christopher Lee an icon in the days of Hammer House, and he appeared as Dracula. Now, there's bits I've got to admit that Ben Bedosi says it better. He had better lines, he had more appearance in it and everything. And that's the only bit where I would have to be showing on Christopher Lee. I don't hate him as an actor, I like him as an actor, but I'll tell you here and now, right, and this is coming from the heart, that if Christopher Lee was sat here next to me, even he would agree with me. Even he would agree with me, because even he didn't like the role of Dracula. Even he didn't like the lines they'd given him, the stuff they'd given him, the fact they'd barely given him anything to fucking do. The lines were fucking dumb. He was always going out for revenge. Even he got sick of it. Christopher Lee got sick of being typecasted as Dracula. He wanted it more like the Ben Bedosi Dracula, not Ben Bedosi, the one from the book, not Ben Bedosi's the actor, I just said the actor. Bram Stoker, the Bram Stoker's Dracula, he wanted it more faithful to how it was in the book. And Hammer House wanted to make him cheapy, they wanted to make him a nasty character and so on, and not this sympathetic character as he was described in the book version. But without a do though, I do like when he's there, he just do a good performance. It's not Christopher Lee's fault. It's Zammerhouse wanting to make him this nasty character. But there are some good bits I like. I like the bit where the woman Nina gets turned to the vampire. And I always think, right, the companies what, or the director or producer that did the original Fight Night must have seen this film, because there's a bit where Peter Tussin as Van Helsing, he's got a toss, right? He's got a toss, and he puts it on Nina's head, and she's steaming in adding there, and it's got like the mark of the cross on the forehead. You look at that, and then if you ever seen Fight Night and the bit with Evil Ed, and Peter Vincent puts a toss on his forehead, played by the late Robbie McDowell, right? And he puts a toss on his forehead. I swear it's very similar to that. So there's a bit what has me wondering, did they actually see the ones that did Fight Night, the 85 one, did they actually see this film? But I do like the bit. I like the bit where he's fighting with Peter Tussin. I like the bit where the sun comes out and it melts Dracula and kills him. So there's some good bits I do like about it. I just wish that if just for more to do, doing better lies, probably have to see where the wolves are howling and he says, listen to the children of the night. It'd be like how Ben Pitolsky did it, or I don't drink wine, stuff like that. But again, just while he was here, even he would have did, he hated it. He hated the role after the bit. It got on his nerves. Why do you think when they did Taste the Blood of Dracula, it was like, Taste the Blood of Dracula's bell end? Why do you think he didn't want to do it? The original was going to do it to another actor, because they didn't even give him a good amount of money. But that's a different story. Then we get to this one. It's called Dracula, but really I think they should just called it something else. Called it Van Helsing or something. That would be The Brides of Dracula. I actually love that one. I think it's cheapy, it's different, it's more Van Helsing. Peter Tussin is more the star of the film. I like the fact again that the bits where you don't see affection of the vampires. You got the rubber bats, but again, I can go easy. Come out in 1960. Yeah, I think the vampire's a bit weird. He's got blonde hair and everything. But again, I like the story. I like the bits where this woman's laughing. He's going, ha, 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 ha. And then you got vampires cheaping up out the coffin. And they're staring out at the audience and looking at you. I like the bit where Peter Tussin as Van Helsing gets bit and how he turns himself back into a human. And one thing I do like is how the vampire gets it. He throws holy water in his face and he burns half of his face. And then he uses a windmill, uses the saddle as a toss, and it kills him. I thought that was quite different. And I'm surprised I've never done that in any other classic vampire film. You never see that point. The Hammer. This was Hammer when Hammer was fucking doing good films. So I'll probably talk about the other ones at a later date, whether it be the other Draculas and other vampire films like Queens of Evil, Vampire Lover, which is just basically lesbian porn. Some of the ones I felt fucking suck ass. Some of the ones like Fight Night, which is my favourite, got me back into that era. And Dusk to Dawn, which is a good one. And so on. But until then, be smart, be safe. See you later.